Hey Alex, I've got a quick one for you today. I keep hearing the word Roger tossed around on the radio, but I've also read that it can actually be risky in certain contexts. What's the deal with that?
Yes, Roger, one of the most commonly used and often misused words in aviation phraseology. It simply means, I have received your message. That's it. It doesn't mean, I understand or I will comply.
So just saying Roger doesn't confirm anything beyond reception.
Exactly. And that's where it can get dangerous. Let's say ATC says, maintain 250 knots until further advised, and the pilot can't maintain that speed. If they just say Roger, the controller might believe the pilot is complying, when in fact, they're not.
Oh wow! So there's a real chance for miscommunication. That could cause a serious issue, right?
Absolutely. Especially in high workload or high-density traffic environments. A vague reply like Roger can mask a misunderstanding that might lead to a loss of separation or even a runway incursion.
Can you give a few examples of when Roger is risky?
Sure. Here's a common one. A controller says, confirm maintaining flight level 350. If the pilot replies, Roger, that doesn't answer the question. It's not a confirmation. A proper reply would be, affirmative, maintaining flight level 350.
Got it. It's like replying noted to someone asking, did you lock the door? Totally unclear.
Exactly. And unfortunately, history gives us some tragic examples of where ambiguous communication, especially involving the word Roger, contributed to disaster.
You're talking about real-world cases.
Yes. Let's start with the Tenerife airport disaster in 1977. Two Boeing 747s, Kilo Lima Mike and Pan American, collided on the runway in dense fog at Los Rodeos Airport.
That's the deadliest accident in aviation history, right?
It is. Here's what happened. Due to fog and taxiway congestion, both aircraft were on the same active runway. Kilo Lima Mike's captain believed he had takeoff clearance, but ATC had only instructed them to line up and wait.
And Pan American was still taxiing on that runway.
Correct. The controller had told Pan American to report when runway clear. When Kilo Lima Mike said they were taking off, ATC replied Roger, intending only to acknowledge the message, not to clear them for takeoff. But the captain interpreted it as confirmation.
That tiny word, Roger, was misunderstood as a takeoff clearance.
Exactly. Kilo Lima Mike began the takeoff roll while Pan American was still on the runway. They collided at high speed. 583 people lost their lives. That crash showed just how crucial unambiguous phraseology is.
That's chilling. And it all came down to miscommunication and assumptions.
There's another tragic example. Avianca Flight 52 in 90. The aircraft was in a holding pattern for an extended time due to traffic and weather delays approaching John F. Kennedy.
I remember that case involved fuel starvation.
Right. The flight crew told ATC, we're running out of fuel. But they never declared an emergency. ATC responded, Roger, thinking it was just a situational update, not an urgent problem.
So the word emergency was never used.
No, and that was critical. The controller assumed they were still within limits, but the aircraft exhausted its fuel and crashed, killing 73 people.
That's another example where Roger was used when an immediate, clear response was needed.
Yes, in both cases, Roger didn't give either side what they actually needed. clear understanding, and coordinated action.
So what's the safer play?
Use precise phraseology. If you need to confirm something, say affirmative or negative. If you're unable, say unable due weather, or give a reason. And if anything's unclear, say again. And in emergencies, use Mayday or Pan.
It sounds like Roger should only be used when absolutely nothing else is required. Just a simple acknowledgement.
That's right. Use Roger only when no decision, confirmation, or action is needed. If clarity matters, and it almost always does, Roger alone is not enough.
So next time I hear someone toss out a casual Roger where it really needs more, I'll know why that's a red flag.
Exactly. Precision in language equals safety in the skies.